Hi, welcome. In this video, I'd like to talk about the issue of sequencing as it relates to service dog training and why it's really important to make sure that you focus on getting the relationship right first between dog and owner, or if it's being processed through the trainer, making sure it actually mirrors up properly between a dog and owner during the process itself. So for me, when I'm doing the service dog training, what you'll see is I'm following a very specific sequence, a very specific order to make sure that I have a very intentional outcome by way of a true service dog standard. And this happens through, again, focusing on getting the relationship right first, focusing in on the control issues. Again, what I show is that behavioral problems are a result of control itself, how it manifests and impacts the dog's decision-making process. And so during the first stage of training, it's really focusing on, again, getting the relationship aligned, getting these control issues pushed back by way of the specific methodology that this system of training advocates. And so as the sequence starts to move forward, as the process begins to move forward, what you'll see is through getting the relationship right and focusing on these control issues, that's where true focus comes from. And so people are looking on at, beginning to approach getting a dog to do certain task-specific, things within the helper role as a service dog. It's really making sure you get that order right first, and then once a level of relational change takes hold, then you can begin to focus in on getting the dog to do certain task-specific things. It could be, picking up objects. Can be for physical assistance by way of helping the owner steady themselves physically from a seated position to a standing position, or vice versa. And then from there, looking at going into different areas as well. And this is again where the whole issue of control in terms of proper focus, and so the dog's in other areas involving, say, other dogs, other people, high traffic areas, the dog's going to stay on task. But again, one of the real problems in the dog training world is this whole thing with process, with understanding the process, and people approach it as a type of learning-based exercise where they're trying to use tie this in through using treats or incentivizing the dog to respond certain ways, and unknowingly what they're doing is the dog's actually doing it can hold on to control through that process by way of, again, not focusing in on right relationship in terms of these control issues, getting those reversed, and then from there then following the right sequence. So again, when you look at the service dog standard, this system of training follows a very specific sequence to make sure each and every time you're going to have a very intentional outcome. And again, I encourage you to go watch videos. I have many videos on the service dog training. You'll see how I'm mirroring this up between myself and the dog owners. The sequence that I follow through, making sure a good level of relational change happens first before I start to get into the task-specific training with picking up objects and various other tasks. And again, that's when people ask too about the issue about reward and motivation. When does that come on in line? And again, it's really important to understand it's only a problem when a dog is already holding control in the relationship. Okay, and that's typical. I mean, when people are looking for help with their dog to overcome behavioral issues, that's where the problems really happen by way of using certain motivating agents and playing off of this learning narrative, because again, it's very deceptive because of not looking at response properly, not putting into proper relational context. Again, talk about motives of why the dogs are responding. It extends beyond that. You have to actually frame that up properly. It's more than just about a dog responding. It's the reasons why they're responding. And so when, again, things appear to look really good or hold together in certain, environments, but then all fall to pieces out in the real world, that's what's happening, is that the relationship was never truly fixed. Relational change never truly happened. So it's really important to get that fixed, and then focus on that, and then using motivating agents, incentivizing the dog to do task-specific things. Not a problem. Okay, it's not going to take on, it's not going to take on or be associated with control itself, with that being a problem. So anyway, I'd encourage you, if you're looking for answers, check out the system. If you have a service dog, regardless whether you're in Florida or beyond, and you want to achieve a real standard, you want to make sure your dog is going to really be in a helper role. When you need the dog to do certain things for you, check out this system. It certainly can help you get on the right path. And if you're looking for a service dog training, again, I encourage you to check out my videos. I show the whole process right through. You'll see, I talk right through it. You'll see me doing the sequence and understand why I'm doing the things the way I'm doing them, to make sure you have a very intentional outcome, to make sure you're actually achieving a real standard with your service dog. So thanks for watching.